It's your boy back at you with another video. I'm sitting here chilling out. So let's talk about Kwame Brown and Matt Barnes. And I looked at the video last night and I cut it off. I seen the title and I just feel like at this point, this ain't gonna be long. I feel like at this point that I wish these two men would just make peace. I just feel like that Kwame Brown gotta understand that, okay, calling Becky with the good hair. Come on, man. This is almost 3 years, almost 2 years now, because it was 2021. And at this point, man, Kwame, you look like a child. Keep arguing back and forth. Best thing you can do is let it go, man. Please let it go, man. Because it's making you look bad. It's making people that's in their 40s look bad. You making us look bad, bro. At some point, Kwame, you got to grow up. And you got to understand, and I'm just going to be straight up with you, bro. If you would have played better in the NBA, you would have never got those jokes. If you would have worked on your game, you would have never, Stephen A. Smith would have been bad-mouthing you. If you'd have worked on your game, Michael Jordan wouldn't have bad-mouthed you. If you knew that, okay, I know this is an old argument, but let's talk. If you knew you weren't ready for the NBA, why you just didn't go to college? Why you just didn't go to college for a couple of years? See, a lot of these guys in the NBA, these young players in the NBA, they think about the money, but they don't think about the future. They don't understand that when you playing at the next level in the NBA, you're playing against grown men. You're playing against bigger, stronger men. And 17, 18 years old, you're still a kid. That's why you should have went to college. And I understand you need the money, but you could have put the money on hold. Because if you went to college for a couple of years, you could have learned, you could have got with a program, and it could have helped you become a better player. They showed you some fundamentals. So when you go to the pros, you'd have been ready. But see, you thought about the money. And, you got to understand that the Washington Wizards, when they picked you #1 overall, that they wanted production. They want production. They don't want excuses. And you call yourself a bust and all that for you to be a #1 draft pick, even though some people say that you might not have a successful career. But bro, you gotta look at it like this. At least you were in the NBA. You played 12 years. At some point, you have to let whatever Matt Barnes said about you, you have to let it go. Because at the end of the day, it's making you look bad. Because at the end of the day, Matt Barnes is not talking about you. Stephen A. Smith is not talking about you. Steven Jackson is not talking about you. It's making you look like a hater. It's making you look like you're attention seeking. And I've said this in plenty of videos, right? That maybe you could take that platform that you have, and you should talk about basketball, breaking down the game, doing live streams, bringing NBA players. You a former NBA player. You should be using it for good instead of crying. Man, I'm not trying to be nasty, but half the time you crying up there, you still upset about it. At some point, you got to just realize, okay, things didn't work out the way I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? People might have said things about you, but at some point, you got to let it go, man. That making these crybaby videos is not getting you anywhere. And I'm not being nasty. I'm just telling you how it is. That, hey, you worrying about what people think about you. Why do you worry about that? Just because somebody says something about you don't mean you have to reply. You can just laugh it off and keep it moving. But you can't do that. And that's why your channel, you could have over 1 million, you could have over 1 million subs if you'd have played your cards right. You know what I'm saying? But you refuse to come up here and you want to be a YouTuber, but it makes no sense to me. All these NBA jobs, and you out here arguing every day with these YouTubers, arguing out here with Matt Barnes, who basically said nothing about you, who could care less about you. It just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me. You know, you could be taking your platform and using it for bigger things instead of arguing and all this drama all the time, man. You know, you made that video 41 minutes crying every day, man. It just don't make sense. That you got to learn how to be bigger than that. Just because somebody says something about you don't mean you have to respond. You can laugh at it and keep it moving. That's what you got to realize, that haters going to hate. You can't worry about haters because people going to hate you regardless. But sitting up there making them crybaby videos, that's not going to get you anywhere, man. Sitting around, I'm a buzz. They talking about the buzz. Feeling sorry for yourself. It's not going to get you anywhere. Only thing you can do in life is make the best out of it. And do the best that you can do. That's all you can do. You can look back and say, at the end of the day, I did the best that I could. I realized that you could have been a better player if you'd have put in the work. There's an old saying. Everybody wants to treasure, but nobody wants to dig. You know, everybody wants to be the next Shaq, the next Jordan, the next Kobe, the next LeBron. But nobody wants to put in the work to be the Shaq, the Jordan, the Kobe, the LeBron. You know what I'm saying? You didn't want to put in the work. You know, you got to accept it, that it didn't work. But sitting around every day dwelling about the past, these people have moved on. And you still talking about, you know, feeling sorry for yourself. Talking about Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is one of the highest paid, is the highest paid analyst at ESPN. He has a net worth of $75 million. Stephen A. Smith ain't thinking about you. You make videos about people, they laughing at you, man. The NBA circle is laughing at you. You part of a fraternity of NBA players. Why not get a coaching job or something? Why not get instead of arguing with YouTubers, why don't you go work in the booth? You are an NBA player. You could be working at ESPN or one of those NBA team networks. You could work for the Charlotte Hornets or the Atlanta Hawks. And you could be doing something bigger instead of sitting around arguing about people. And every time somebody says something about you, you got to go make a video about it. No, dog. That's You got ways to make money and you're not even using it. Most guys, when their careers don't work out, they go into coaching. I think you could have been a great coach, man. And I like you. I'm doing this video because I like you. This ain't about clicks. This ain't about attention. This ain't about none of that. It's just that you had the opportunity to be bigger than who you are, but you're just not taking advantage of it. Because you want to sit online and argue with these people who are irrelevant. You are an NBA player. Do you realize that? That God blessed you to be in an NBA. To me, you just seem like you ain't grateful, man. You have opportunities that the average man don't have. You got circles that a lot of people would die to have, and you're not taking advantage of it, and you're just letting it go to waste. Your platform, man, you got millions and millions of subscribers. If you would just stay away from that drama and talk about basketball, instead of arguing with these people all the time, and it's not getting you anywhere. I just wanted to drop my 2 cents on that. Tell me what y'all think I'm out.